What's up guys, it's John here with NBC, and today I'm going to be doing a test to see if you can make money cracking high dollar HGA slabs. So this video is going to take you from beginning phase, where I buy the card, all the way to where I sell the card. It's going to be very interesting to see how this turns out, so stay tuned. All right, so as I just mentioned, I'm going to be doing a test to see if you can make money cracking high dollar HGA slabs. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through that process, and obviously it begins with finding an HGA slab. So what I did is I went onto eBay. My favorite sport is football, so I wanted to find a quarterback that was kind of in that higher dollar range. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of HGA slabs that were graded that would, be considered a high dollar slab, but I did go ahead and I found a Jalen Hurts out of the Origin set, numbered out of 17 on card auto, and it was originally listed for $850. I sent him an offer for $600 and he accepted it, and so here is the card that we have right here. So this is the Jalen Hurts, and what you want to, a couple notes that you're going to want to write down if you want to try and do this is look at the subgrades. So PSA specifically is probably the easiest grader on centering. So this card here got a 9 on centering. I'm okay with that because, all of the other subgrades are good. So you have a 10 on edges, 9.5 on corners, 9.5 on surfaces. So that led me to believe this is, never a guarantee, but it has a good chance of crossing over to a PSA 10. And this card, if you just look at it, it's nasty. It's got that purple autograph that matches the background of the Origins card, and it's number 9 out of 17. Now the Origin set, it is going to be a thicker card, so I don't know if you can see that, but it is thicker than the standard card, which is okay. But the other thing that I wanted to note before you crack any slab, do a double check and check all of the corners under a light, make sure that they're still sharp, because cards can get damaged when they are put into the slabs themselves. So I've noticed that on a couple of the cards that we purchased. It will come back a gem mint, but it might have a little bit of damage on the surface. Then also check under a light to see if you can see any scratches or any other imperfections of the card. Turn it over, do the same on the back, and that is going to be a good thing for you to do, because you don't want to crack this and then end up sending it and it come back an 8. So after you've done that, you're pretty much ready to crack, which I'm going to be doing in just a second. It's always a little nerve-wracking, but it's fun, so stay tuned. All right, so I am back. I'm gonna go ahead and crack this card right here. And we've been doing this for a little while. What I have found that works really good is to get a sandwich bag, put the card inside of the sandwich bag, make sure that the label side is kind of on the bottom. If I can get it in there, there we go. Fold it over like that. Now you can see I got my tile cutters here. You're just gonna go ahead, do the label side, give it a crack, and then do the same to the other side, right there. There we go, there we go. So the bag should catch all of the shards. You pull it out, or for the most part, catch all of the shards. Pull that off to the side. And then this is what you're going to be left with here. So I'm going to take my small screwdriver that I have, kind of put it in there and pop up. So you might twist a little bit, kind of work it through. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my larger screwdriver, use my finger to kind of guide it down. You want to be careful here not to touch your card. That's very important. And this can get a little bit scary. And as you can see, I've kind of cracked my slab a little bit. You don't want to continue that way. What you can do is flip the slab over like this and then start from this end. So we'll start again. Just got to get it in there. Might fast forward through this a little bit because I'm struggling. But the biggest thing is that you want to take your time. You don't want to damage the card. So then just kind of keep your screwdriver going. It's going to pop a little bit. It's a good thing. The card has already come loose a little bit, as you can see. That's scary. very scary. I don't like this at all. I did not like that at all. Okay, well, I got the card out. That slab did not come apart very easily. Oh, well, we'll see what happens here. We'll take a closer look in a second. Okay, so I'm sweating big time here. That was the ugliest crack I've ever had in my life. But hey, I do have the card here. It didn't appear to have been damaged, which is a good thing. Did notice one little small imperfection on the surface when I looked at it. It wasn't like a scratch or anything. It was just a little blemish. So we'll see. I mean, I always get nervous when I crack things and then send it back into PSA because you never know how they're going to grade it. But overall, the card does look very nice. It is a nice card. So now we just got to box it up, cross our fingers, and hope for the best. So hopefully in about 2 or 3 weeks, I have this back. I'm going to send this off at the $100 PSA rate. Typically, they're 15 to 30 days, but they've been on the front half of that as of late. So we'll see how this goes. So see you in a bit. All right, what is up, guys? It's John here with NBC, and I am extremely excited because I just got my $100 submission back from PSA. So this is the Jalen Hurts Origins Auto out of 17. So I sent this in, and actually I'll give you all the details here. It's pretty crazy. So I purchased this card August 14th for $646.98 shipped. It delivered here 3 days later on August 17th. I shipped it to PSA at the $100 rate on August 28th, and I got it back less than 2 weeks later, September 3rd. So I sent that at the $100 rate, so roughly $125 there and back. So that means I have already invested $772 on this card. So if I sell it on eBay with the fees and everything included, my break-even point is gonna be about $900. So, oh man, it makes me nervous here. So you saw how I cracked this card, and my heart was beating the whole time. It came out kind of ugly on the side. Fingers crossed that there was no damage there. And if this comes back at 10, I am going to be jumping all over this room. If it comes back at 9, I'm going to try and withhold some of my emotions. It will be a little disappointing, but you know, it is what it is, and we'll see if we can make our money back. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this box here. All right, so they threw it in here, lots of bubble wraps. Let's see which way. All right, so this is face down right here. So let me slide it out. There we go. So they did grade the card, which is always a good thing. And there she is. So this is the Jalen Hurts rookie autograph out of 17 with the purple ink on it. I don't really know what to say here. That's what it is, and I'm gonna try and cover it up for you. There she is, 9 out of 17. It's a super nice looking card. I know that it was maybe a little off up and down, but really close. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. We got a 9, dang it. Oh man, I had a feeling it was gonna come back a 9. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It was a gym mint when HGA graded it, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see if we can get our money back here. All right, guys, it is John back. It has been almost a year since the time I bought this card and sent it off to PSA. It is the middle of July right now, 2023. I purchased this card in August of 2022, so it has been a very long time making this video, but I finally have an update on it. I finally went and I was able to sell the card, and I did not end up actually losing money, which is what I was kind of afraid of. I had a couple factors working for me. First off, Jalen Hurts just completely owned the playoffs. Like, he stepped up to the plate. His whole entire 2022 season was terrific. Had a chance to go undefeated into the playoffs, and then obviously lost in the Super Bowl to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. But outstanding year. I was very grateful that he did take that next leap like I was hoping he would. But here's what happened. So I did receive an offer July 11th for $1,000 for this card, which I ended up accepting. I had a couple other offers in between there from the $600, $700, $800 range, but really I wanted to at least make a little bit of money on this card, and ended up, ultimately, there's the card, taking the $1,000 offer. So where did that leave me? So obviously the buyer had to pay, as you can see on screen, $1,092.50. Quite a bit of money for this card. Unfortunately for me, a good portion of the eBay fees cuts into my profits of a little bit. So $145.06 goes to eBay, and then I had to create the shipping label with you want to protect this card, so you need to get insurance for it, which was another $22.02. So the total earnings from this card is $847.92, which basically means on this card I made just over $75. So while this is not a huge profit, it is profit nonetheless. If this card would have come back a PSA 10 rather than a PSA 9, this probably would have been a $2,500 to $3,000 card at this point in time, which would have been massive profits. So I did roll the dice a little bit, but even though it came back the lower dollar amount, I did end up making money. Now, with that being said, if I would have taken the $750 that I had invested in this card and bought a bunch of other Jalen Hurts cards, I probably would have been a little bit better off, rather than holding and locking that money up for almost an entire year. But ultimately, we did make the money back. We did make a little bit of money. Maybe it's like this, the interest you'd make leaving your money in the bank, essentially. But cannot be too upset with this. This was a really cool project that I wanted to do. See if it's plausible to go to HGA or maybe another one of the different graders, grade the card with PSA, and then hopefully potentially make a profit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun for me, going out and doing the buying of a card of this stature and then flipping it, and just seeing what I could make from this. So until next time, guys, it's John, and I'll see you later.